Welcome to Lobster Magnet's Review, the channel, the review.
Yo.
I'm here with my buddy gorogregoro. We are here to talk about Attack on Titan episode 9 and 10. We didn't get around for various stupid reasons to reviewing episode 9. So instead of doing a separate video, we're going to review them both at once. So let's go into episode 9 real quickly. Greg, what do you think of episode 9?
Well, episode 9 was. Sorry.
That was when they were in the trees, and then that's when they were sitting around in the treys and just hanging out.
Yeah.
And
Nothing really eventful happened with that. Too much. It's just like Ymir was kind of like. It seemed like she was playing devil's advocate, like, oh, maybe I should team up with these guys. And then, Aaron was just like being very whiny and like, oh, hey, I'm gonna beat you up once I'm healed. You better wait. You better wait for me to beat you up because once I'm healed, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up, because you better watch it. I'm gonna kill you, and get them repeating that. And
it was a very frustrating episode. It was a frustrating manga chapter because, like, here are the guys who know the secrets of the world. Aaron could possibly find out all the truths about what the Titans are.
And he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, he wants revenge really quickly.
Yeah, and they don't tell him anything. And Greg, did you like, how Rainer's like broken psychology thing, where it's like, we could get a promotion. We did a really good job. We should go talk to our commanders.
Yeah, I guess it sort of showed that Rainer was a little bit crazy for a second. Like, has trouble recognizing himself, separating the idea that he's a warrior and a soldier at the same time or something.
Well, it was like not very well done, but it was supposed to be like Matt Damon or no Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed, where it's like, I'm being torn apart because I'm undercover. I'm a good person doing bad things. Although it gets into spoiler territory, which I'll try and hold back on, but makes a little bit more sense of the big reveal in terms of like what he was probably educated in his homeland versus what he experienced on his mission.
Yeah.
And that, like, there was a part of him, the very earnest, responsible part of Rainer that, like, got to like the people behind the wall and believe in their struggle of, like, they're always doing this. They've got patriotic music in the theme songs. Wouldn't you want to be patriotic to defeat the evil zombie titans and, help the people of the walls? If you get behind that, right?
Yeah, sure. Even if you are, like, the exact thing that you're trying to kill. Yeah.
One second. Yeah. Sure. Back in like 2 minutes. Keep talking about your thoughts about the thing.
All right. So.
Scramble, Greg.
Yeah, this episode of Attack on Titan, episode 9 was. It was just like a mainly talking episode, sort of like a little breather of like trying to understand little by little like what the fuck is going on. Rainer is essentially broken mentally, and the Berthold guy is like, "Oi, Rainer, keep it together," but he's like kind of the silent type. He keeps himself a little bit more. And Ymir is sort of like, she's trying to figure out where her allegiances should lie when, like, her main objective right now is to protect Krista. And Krista is, like, somehow important to both of them. Or I should say three of them. Ymir, Rainer, and Berthold. Rainer and Bolter, I think, want Krista because... she's important for the Shifter Titans. For some reason, I don't know why. And Rainer is like, we can protect Krista if you join forces with us. So that could be interesting. I think I was talking about Krista being protected by Rainer. Like Rainer giving a promise that he could protect Krista, and somehow Krista is like important for the Shifter Titans, that both Rainer and Berthold.
Yeah. She has some sort of mysterious thing that we don't quite know. But, for some reason she's important to their cause, and they want her. They know she's important, that she's integral to the mythology, but you don't know what. So, Greg, what do you think of episode 9 of Attack on Titan? What kind of score would you give it?
This is like 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's generous. I guess I'd give it 6.5 or 7. It's kind of a boring episode. It was a frustrating episode. It doesn't really give you much to go on. Did it make you intrigued about the mysteries? Were you frustrated that they weren't like forthcoming when Aaron could like potentially get the answers? I did like that they kept stump arms. I was afraid that they were going to censor that.
No, they wouldn't censor the stump arms.
Considering all the other stuff they've gotten away with. So now let's get into the more exciting episode 10. What do you think of this one?
Episode 10 was really cool. I really loved the flashback with Ymir. That felt like a huge like spoiler insight almost.
I can't believe they fucking did that. I don't know how they got the cojones to like pull that off. That was ridiculous. Because basically, Greg, I've told you the backstory many times. You've forgotten it many times, which is great.
I haven't forgotten it that much. No, I mean I know the Titans were like Jews in World War II Germany, essentially.
Good. But so like as someone who's not like the manga reader like me who can hold my snobbery and knowledge over everyone who just watches the anime, what did you think of this flashback? Like considering all the huge things that it kind of reveals but doesn't.
It was such a mind fuck. Like I was just.
How do you think people are reacting to it? Because it's like. It shows the entire other civilization. They show her be like.
I feel like we just like jumped into huge spoilers territory where they shouldn't have revealed that much. Honestly,
that was like ridiculous. And there was even stuff that wasn't in the anime. Like they didn't really show the civilization. And there was stuff that wasn't even in the manga. Because in the manga, it's like a free few panel flashback, and they didn't like show her Titan like roaming around, like falling asleep and then waking up.
That story of like she remembers her Titan form like roaming around for 60 plus years, that's really kind of amazing. It's a real eye-opener of like what kind of series this is actually, what kind of what these like actual Titans go through. Like you can sort of understand now like what the motivation for Titans now to like eat people. They just want to go back to being human. Then essentially, all they have to do is eat a shifter.
Yeah. That's the thing. Although it comes into that weird Titan in the the chicken or the egg question that hasn't really been answered. Because like now, essentially, I guess between all this, like I forget when they officially revealed it in the manga. I feel like they did it at a more concrete point where they like made it official. But like they pretty much made it clear that like Titans are people. They made that very explicit. There's no ambiguity around that, especially when they have the scene where they show Connie's mom Titan.
They didn't. They showed the same scene from the manga where they have them like sort of tied, their arms tied behind their backs, like just
yeah, that was like
above that wall.
I can't believe they fucking showed that. That was like such like a big detail of the wall, and basically
and like knocking them off and like making them transform, forcing them to transform. Like they didn't show the actual injections, but they showed like the light that they transformed into Titans as like punishment for whatever.
They gave you like 80% of the mythology just in that.
I was just blown away, like how much they gave away, if everything.
It was so weird because like they never could have done that like if they made this series like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
That shit only existed like a few months ago, which is like blows my fucking mind that they like gave the whole backstory about her becoming the prophet and like it was a nice little backstory, but I didn't fucking think they would include it. But it definitely made the episode much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I just really I really loved the idea of like if if she was roaming around for 60 years, how long were the other shifters roaming around? Like, when did they wake up? Do they even have memories of the times when they roamed around in the wilderness? Does Aaron have those memories somewhere like deep inside his mind?
Well, you'll see. There's a unique little mechanic which they haven't quite revealed yet, but like it does beg a question. Like, how do you make an original shifter if a shifter has to eat? If you have to eat a shifter to become like a Titan, go from Titan to human, then how do you make the shifters? It's like a chicken or the egg. Which came first?
Yeah, well, we don't know how shifters are made yet, I feel.
No, and in a way, even in the manga, we still kind of don't know.
Um, but it's like it's really cool because like they spend so long being a Titan and finding that shifter that they have to eat to become human again. It's almost like once they eat that human again, they become reborn, like as people.
Almost, but one thing to remember, and they even explicitly say this, like, well, what's going to happen to me? You're just going to take me to be eaten by one of your warriors.
Right. Yeah.
Which implies that, like, where Bernholt and Raynor come from, there's, like, this system of, like, how they, like, move the powers on from, like, one person to the next. The designated person who's meant to take that power.
I see.
Which was never supposed to be Ymir. But, she got lucky in that, a bunch of shifters were scuttling their way to the walls on their secret infiltration mission.
Yeah, so that infiltration mission, I still think that was kind of a shit mission, altogether. Even after all this, fucking Raynor, like, blew it all to shit. Even though he's not like psychologically right in the head, he had so much time. He could have just waited. He could have just been a little bit more patient and come up with a plan, an actual fucking plan. I'm still pissed off about that.
Yeah. There's some truth to that. And Raynor could have been like a more of a patient person and actually waited. And
if Krista was that important, he could have come up with a plan to capture Krista as well, along with Aaron, Ymir, Krista, and anybody else that they wanted to bring along. But I say this episode is probably 9 out of 10. Just for the Ymir flashback, I feel like that was...
I'd say it was more of an 8, but because like the really great episodes always have like some sort of bombastic action, but this was like a really well done episode. I was amazed of like what was just kind of okay material, them running away in the manga, and then Ymir like eating Krista and like pretending to be dumb in her Titan form. They did a really good job. I even found the endearing, like, oh my god, there's gonna be so much Yuri stuff between her and like Krista forever or Historia. Like that, were like I remember like a con I went to. I saw like someone with dressed up as like Ymir and Krista, and like Krista was on Ymir's lap, and there's gonna be like tons of that for like forever.
It's just like the essentially Rosemary from Homestuck, in some ways.
I don't know enough about Rosemary from Homestuck about
Rose and Kanaya, kind of lesbian love relationship that people tend to ship, I
don't know what shipping's canon and which one's just like, I don't know. It's really difficult to dissect the Homestuck fandom from like the real canon stuff.
I'd say it's pretty real canon. It's real canon stuff.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be up there. People are gonna love it, and this was a very impassioned chapter that definitely like made Ymir, who was like a side character nobody really gave a shit about. They did a really good job of animating her flashback. Did you like the whole thing about her being like this little street urchin? Because like I don't even think I showed you that flashback in the manga. So you saw most of that like fresh.
Yeah, I like that too. I never saw that from the manga at all. That was interesting. I did not understand at all why she was being worshipped, why they even chose a street urchin to worship from the first place.
It makes a little bit more sense once you hear the backstory later on about, but the fact that she was chosen is just basically random street urchin that like a priest guy did to like make money.
Yeah, that was a little bit strange to me. Um,
But basically, like, she was like put in the equivalent where she's like the god of the Jews, and obviously the Nazis were not happy about that.
yeah, but yeah,
And then
I
the
hopefully
Nazis.
that will be explained a little bit better in the anime. I don't know how are they going to explain that again soon. Better.
Not until you get like, well, in some ways you already saw it, but you forgot about it. But I don't know. You want me? It's not a huge spoiler, but you want to know the how it's explained.
Yeah. How's it explained?
Basically, the person who's considered to be like the original Titan, the founder of the Titans, and the founder of the Eldian people, aka the Jews, her name was Ymir.
Okay, but they had, her original name wasn't Ymir. She
No,
was re.
it was something else. It was a name given to her by like the people who took her off the street.
Why did they need someone to worship though?
Because to like bring apart their religion, the Jewish religion, and they needed a central figure. And the guy was obviously also wanted to exploit people to make money in the ghettos, in the Jewish ghettos.
Okay, I guess that's the best answer I'm gonna get right now.
That's all you need to know. The Jews are in the ghettos. They want to worship Judaism. They picked her to be like their Torah. And then the Nazis didn't like the Torah, so they were like, "Fuck you, we're gonna take you to our wall."
And turn you into mass murdering titans, and
Yep.
which
And
makes perfect sense, right? Why not just kill them?
I don't know. I guess that's considered to be like a double fuck you to like the people who are in the walls, as well as like the ultimate torture of like making someone into a murdering titan who just wanders around mindlessly in an endless nightmare that they have no control over.
It's like a form of punishment that just comes back to bite them like super hard. All of
Well,
humanity
so
super hard.
far it has not.
So far, it has not. Like,
No,
which?
no, the Nazis are doing pretty well.
Oh, this is like a separate people from the like Wall Rose and all those other
Yeah,
walls.
they're completely separate. They're 100% separate. Did you think they were like part of Wall Rose or something?
I thought they were. I thought they were like people from the past, like within that society.
No,
Wall
no.
Rose and stuff.
Although that's interesting. And now I got to go troll around the comments and see if that's what people are thinking.
And that's what I originally thought when you showed me all that stuff about the Nazis and whatnot. I thought those were like people from the past, and there was like only one last bastion of humanity.
No,
And
no, that's like, I mean, it's from the past, from like a couple years ago, but that's the whole point. It's like completely separate from the Wall people.
okay, all right, I see. I see. This is a completely separate location. That's
Completely separate. There's like literally there's a map and it's like flipped over version of Africa. The Jews live on Madagascar. The Nazis live on the main continent.
okay. Okay. Wow. Wow.
And the Nazis now want to steal the Jews' oil.
Oh my god. Okay. This is fucked up.
Oh man, there are gonna be a lot of great videos once like they eventually do the big reveal.
I guess that's
Because like
that's what was mainly confused about in the beginning. That their location. But yeah, I feel like we how much time do you think we spent on this? I feel
I
like
don't know, 15, 20 minutes. I gotta eat dinner soon, so it might be a good time to wrap it up. But episode 8 no, episode 9 was a 6. This was definitely an 8.
I
8.5.
gave it a 9.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Mm.
My mind is still blown that they like had that material this early.
Yeah, me too. It felt like a spoiler. Like it just felt like so out of place, like a huge mindfuck.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone would process that if like they had no context. I gotta go on like Reddit and like read the comments and shit because like I'm really curious because it's gonna be super confusing to people wait, so 60 years ago they made all the Titans and they kicked them off walls? It doesn't make any sense. And yeah, there's no indication to indicate that it's like their society's any more different than like the Wall Society.
Yeah. Maybe there's like a little subtitle thing in like the middle of the episode where it says, "We know Ymir's homeland is somewhere beyond the wall."
Yeah, well, yeah, that's all they give you.
So maybe like if you're reading those little middle of the episode subtitle things, you'll get a sense of like, oh, okay, Ymir's homeland was not where they currently are right now, but it's like farther away.
Yeah. All right. I think this is a good point to end our little review. Thank you for watching this video. Continue to comment, like, and share. We always love that. We'll probably reply to your comment. But let us know, what do you think of the big reveal of Ymir's backstory? Does it make sense to you? I want to know, because I am dead. I'm like really want to see an anime-only watcher's opinion of this.
Yeah, I had a big question mark over my head when I saw it. So yeah, be interested to see what other people think.
All right, we'll let Greg get to some of the stuff he wants to do. Captain Crunch is my Titan form. He's my Titan shifter. And, maybe we'll do the Berserk review before the end of the day.
All right. See you later.